Mr. Puff, it's your turn. Cool.
Welcome to another video. I have in my hand right here the Samsung A70, one of the flagships that Samsung brought out a few years ago in the A series. All right, now I'm just gonna do a review on it for the first time to see how it really stack up against the Samsung S22 Ultra and if it still got it. I know these phones are miles apart in terms of technology and in terms of features and processing ability and all that and camera features, but you might be surprised. Let's have a look at this phone for the first time. I'm going to review this phone, man, and let's see if it can really swim with the big sharks. All right, you ready? I'm ready. Let's do this, man. Now the Samsung A70 comes with some pretty decent spec, like there is a 6.7 full HD plus display, U Infinity with a pixel density of 393, cornering Gorilla Glass 3. At the back of it there is a glass panel. Some say it's plastic, some say it's glass. But what I like about this is that when you turn it at a certain angle, you can get and see a kaleidoscope or rainbow effect. Also at the back there is a triple camera. There is a 32 megapixel camera right here, which is the main camera. You also have a 5 megapixel camera for adjusting the depth of field. This is good for when you want to adjust the noise in the background, and there's also an ultra wide camera. Also comes with a flash, the Samsung logo right at the back there as well. The phone is not a very thick phone. In fact, it reminds me of the Motorola Razr, and it's not thick at all. So it makes for a very good handling and very good holding and maneuvering in the palm of your hands. On this side, there is something that the Galaxy S22 Ultra is missing. It is the headphone jack right there, as you can see. I don't think anything can be as good as having the real headphone jack, not even the wireless, because the quality of the sound is just the best in my opinion when you use a headphone jack. So this is one of the advantages this has over the Samsung S22 Ultra. On this side you have the volume rocker buttons, volume down, volume up. On this side you have the mic, and also on this side you have that port where you can put in your SIM card. This also has dual SIM card, and it also has a slot for an SD card, which the Samsung S22 Ultra doesn't have. Alright, so I'm just gonna pop this out so you can see. A matter of fact, I still have my SD card. You can see the SD card that I have in it. It's about 64 gigs, and there you have the two slots for your SIM cards. So you can have two different SIM cards, two different network, receiving calls from any one of them at any time. Now I must say the battery life on this phone is ridiculous. When I say ridiculous, it's awesome. It's 4,500 milliamp, and I get like almost 2 days from this. In fact, I'm not really a heavy user, but even when I have a heavy usage, I still get at least a day and a half out of this thing. So the battery compared to the Samsung S22 Ultra is much better, even though the milliamp is a bit lower. And then again, you have to think about the processing task and that the phone that the Samsung S22 Ultra has to deal with on a daily basis. It's obviously more than this, so it requires a lot more battery power. But generally the battery life on this A70 is just super awesome. It's lightweight, easy to carry around, and you can find loads of cases for this particular phone. This phone also comes with its own 25-watt charger. Unlike the Samsung S22, you have to buy the charger on its own. In fact, this is what I use to charge my Samsung S22 at the moment. This is the Type-C USB that goes into the charger and then the phone. So here is another advantage it has over the Samsung S22 Ultra. With this, you can get super fast charging. Really fast charging, and I'm really impressed with the performance of this particular brick charger. So internally, this comes with 128 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of memory. All right, so you have a lot of pretty big specs. As a matter of fact, my Samsung Galaxy S22 has the same storage, the same amount of gigabytes of storage, and also it is 8 gig of memory as well, just like this phone. So this phone is like a sleeping giant in its own right, with some specs that can compete on the big stage with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is pretty fast, pretty smooth. I think the latest you can get with this is the Android 11. I think that was the last update I have. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring out the Android 12 for the Samsung A70. As you can see, the UI version of this phone is 3.1, and there is Android 11 with this. My Samsung Galaxy S22 has Android 12 installed on it by default. Again, most of the features you can find on the Samsung S22 series, you can find on this phone as well, with just a few different bits here and there. So this phone is still rocking in my opinion, and it still compete in a lot of areas with the big sharks, as I said in my introduction. So if I would recommend this phone, yes, of course I would recommend this phone, and it was only because I want a phone with better camera while I switch to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And one of the things that I enjoyed about this phone, it's with the software updates. I got a lot of frequent software updates from Samsung, particularly the security patches. They came quite often, so I was very happy to see that. So it's one thing about Samsung that I noticed, that they bring out these updates pretty quickly for their phones. So it's pretty fast. I've never had a problem with stuttering with this phone. It has always been pretty fast, very responsive. Battery life, as I said, is excellent. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this particular device, just that the cameras are not on the same level when it compares to the Samsung S22 series. All right, just to also mention that it comes with a pretty decent fingerprint sensor, and also there is a facial lock screen feature that you can use if you are not into fingerprinting, and also you can use numbering to lock your screen, or you can use the regular pattern to do that as well. Just to mention that it also comes with Bluetooth 5.0, as well as it can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second, as well as 240 frames per second for slow motion videos in HD quality. Also has an octa-core CPU type with 2 GHz speed, and this phone is just a powerful phone overall. All right, so I'm just gonna keep this A70 as my side phone. I know this is probably a terrible thing to say, but you know, I'm not gonna sell it, I'm not gonna give it away, I'm not gonna get rid of it, but it will always be in the next pocket. All right, because it's an amazing phone in my opinion. All right, this phone has been out since 2019, so the price of it has dropped significantly. So if you want to go and pick one of these up, whether it's used or not used, you're going to get a pretty decent phone for your money. I guarantee you that. All right, so that's all for now in this short quick review of my Samsung A70. All right, if it has I said anything that sparked your interest, hey, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, like, and support the channel. All right, once again, thanks for viewing. Peace. I'm out.
Mr. Puff, it's your turn. Cool.